Very beautiful morning to you. Thank you for joining us this morning. It's exactly 33 minutes gone past 6 a.m. from the studio of Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. And we're reaching you live from Wells Broadcasting House along Alaafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Good morning and welcome to Perspectives Unlimited. Perspectives Unlimited is that platform where we go beyond the news to help you make sense of some of the stories across our various national dailies. And of course, in a bid to keep you abreast about happenings around Nigeria, because the conversation that surrounds the growth of Nigeria as a nation is the business of you and I. My name is Toluwaleke Alli. This morning, we're live on Facebook and on YouTube. On Facebook is at Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. And on YouTube, we're live at Wells Radio 89.3 FM. At Wells Radio 89.3 FM. And of course, in addition to that, when it's time, we'll also be opening the phone lines for you to call to be a part of the show this morning. First, let's take a look at the front pages across some of our national dailies this Wednesday morning. From the front page of the Nation newspaper this morning, above the masthead, foreign reserves in 7 year high at $46.7 billion. And that's on page 7. GHL versus AMCON, contempt in the face of court. Form 49 committee proceedings commence. And that's on pages A1 to A11. Tinubu heads for South Africa, Angola to attend G20 Leaders Summit, AU-EU meeting. And that's on page 3. Abducted pupils, President sends Shetima to Kebbi. And it has 2 riders. It's assault on education, says First Lady. COAS to troops, step up rescue efforts. The story begins on the front page and continues on page 3 of the Nation newspaper. Khan's Christian targeted killings claim faulty. And it has a rider that says SAN's ex-VC, others disagree. And that story begins on the front page and continues on page 28. The lead story on the front page of the Nation newspaper this morning. Factions in fierce battle to control PDP headquarters. And it has riders, police fire tear gas. Wike at hand to back Ayawu group. Makinde Bala on ground for Turaki camp. Ayawu camp suspends 3 governors, others. Story also begins on the front page and continues on page 2 with pictorial images of happenings at the PDP headquarters yesterday. Why I parted ways with Wike by Makinde. That's also a story that begins on the front page and continues on page 2. 44 House of Reps members ask President to order Nnamdi Kanu's release. And the story is on page 3 of the Nation newspaper. On the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning, above the masthead, UN discuss U.S. envoy Nicki Minaj decry killings in Nigeria. and that's on page 7. Tinubu heads to South Africa, Angola for G20 EU summits, and that's on page 8 of the Punch newspaper. Forex reserves saw to $46.7 billion, 7-year high, and that's on page 39. Tinubu gets DSS cleared ambassadorial list, and the story is on page 8 of the Punch newspaper for this morning. The lead story: Kebbi school kidnap, survivors relive night of horror. And it has a rider: hostel staff slain VP's family. Others share chilling accounts. Parents weep. Senate probes 145 billion naira Safe Schools Fund. And the story is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper for this morning. High stakes face off. PDP governors resist Wike's secretariat takeover. And it has a rider: chaos as police tear gas PDP chieftains. Makinde, Bala, Turaki, Wike clash. And that's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Again, with pictorial images of the incident that happened at the PDP headquarters yesterday. Pension fund surges to 26 trillion naira. That's on page 19. Missing FRSC officer. Daughter feared killed by Osun herbalist. That's on pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. And the final story on page 3. Reps probe foreign interests in Edo Museum. And that's all on the front page of the Punch newspaper for this morning. On the front page of the Guardian newspaper, House in rowdy session over INEC's powers to monitor party activities. And that's on page 3. UN world leaders demand faster action on Paris Agreement. That's also on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. ASU rejects federal government proposed salary increment, and that's on page 7. Fears of one-party drift intensify as PDP crisis worsens, turns violent, and that's on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Biafra lobby network fueling Christian genocide campaign in U.S. That's on page 3. Internet users suffer global disruptions, prolonged glitches. That's on page 4 of the Guardian newspaper for this morning. Reps probe oil sector, anchor borrowers' funds, abandoned properties. That's on page 4. Kebbi school abduction sets off military push, political backlash, regional alarms. And that's on page 6 as well of the Guardian newspaper for this morning. On the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper, how battery recyclers are poisoning Nigerians. That's on page 44, I beg your pardon. Federal government to introduce TIV NUPE degree programs. And that's on page 37. At $46.7 billion, foreign reserves hit 7-year high. That's on page 35. The lead story: Kebbi abduction, how bandits attacked our school. That's according to the students, with blood images of some of the abducted students. PDP, Turaki, Wike camps clash at Secretariat. That's on pages 16 and 17 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And finally, the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. Kebbi school children's abduction, how my husband was killed. The wife of the slain VP, it has a rider: UNICEF First Lady condemn attack, demands students release. That's on page 4. Again, ASU accuses federal government of non-readiness to meet demands, threatens fresh nationwide strike. That's on page 21. Christians are facing genocide in northern Nigeria. Middle Belt. Can breaks silence. That's on page 4. Invoke your constitutional power for immediate release of Nnamdi Kanu. 44 reps write Tinubu. And the story is on page 13 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper for this morning. PDP's day of tear gas chaos. That has a couple of riders, more than a couple actually. Makinde, Bala, Mohammed, Wike, Anyanwu, others clash over our data plaza. Day is about to break for a new PDP and for our democracy. That's according to Makinde. Enough is enough. PDP does not belong to one person. That's according to Bala. New party leadership thanks Nigerians for supporting democracy. Wike-backed faction expels Turaki, Mohammed, Makinde, Bode George, others. Dissolves Oyo, Ekiti, Bauchi, Lagos Excos. And that's on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Technology has ended the era of voter impersonation. That's according to the INEC chairman, and that's on page 2. Eurobond issuance boosts Nigeria's foreign reserves to $46.7 billion, according to the CBN, and that's on page 5. And those are the stories on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper for this morning. Joining me in the studio this morning is our analyst, Chukwemeka Munachi. So good morning, Chukwemeka.
Good morning, Tolu.
All right. Let's begin with the lead story on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Kebbi school kidnap. Survivors relive night of horror. Survivors of the violent Monday attack on the government girls' comprehensive senior secondary school, Maga, in the Danko Wasago local government area of Kebbi State, recounted the horror of the night of the incident, during which the vice principal, Hassan Makuku, was killed and 25 female students abducted by bandits. The incident, which occurred around 3 a.m., has thrown the entire community into mourning as distraught parents, teachers and residents struggle to come to terms with the whereabouts of the missing girls. However, security agents, including the Nigeria Police Force and the military, have since launched an intensive search and rescue operation to track the perpetrators and recover the missing students. During a visit to the school on Tuesday, parents and eyewitnesses narrated harrowing details of how the bandits operated for over an hour without resistance before fleeing into the forest with the abducted children. The incident is reminiscent of the April 2014 abduction of over 200 Chibok schoolgirls by Boko Haram terrorists and the abduction of 80 students and 5 teachers from the federal government college Binyari in 2021. The GGS's hostel matron, Hajia Mariam Bello, who has worked at the school for nearly 2 decades, said that the first signal of trouble came when one of the students began crying shortly after 3 a.m. And she said that they were attacked. One of the affected parents, said that they rushed to the school and hearing the news, and they were attacked in the mosque while they were performing. They were in the mosque, performing their prayers when the imam had to tell them that bandits had attacked the school and the parents had to, rush there. And then the wife of the vice principal, who unfortunately lost his life while trying to save the students, said that it was about 3:30 a.m. when, the gunmen broke into their home first before then attacking the hostel. But the COAS, while it was addressing troops, said that the army would not accept failure on this mission and has said that they must launch intensified intelligence-led offensive to rescue the abducted students. And this is just coming as, a whole lot of people have also weighed in on this matter. The president has also sent the vice president to go to Kebbi, as a way of also showing that there's so much interest in getting these students back. And on one of the front pages, you can see pictures of, some of the students that were kidnapped on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. I don't want to mention their names, but this is really, really sad.
Tolu, everybody is interested in getting our children back.
But why didn't getting the vice president to go to Kebbi State at this time, after, days after the incident, is that significantly going to...
No, that goes to show you the value our leaders place on all of us as citizens of this country. Now we are interested, everybody is interested in getting our children back from the hands of these savages. But why didn't we prevent the event from happening? Where is the military? This is a clear case of intelligence failure. These people operated for hours on a motorbikes, and yet there was no confrontation from the security architecture of the state. We left them, they operated, they took away our children into the forest, and now all we are running around is how to get the children back. Do you know the trauma these children have gone through? Do you know the violation? Do you think those children will come back and become normal after some time? You see, Nigeria keeps failing. Nigeria keeps doing things that make us to be a laughing stock among the Committee of Nations of this world. The vice president has just gone there days after the kidnap. What is he going there to do? The usual platitude. We will bring them to book. That's the usual thing. The president has gone to South Africa on a meeting. What is the relevance of that meeting to the citizens of this country? It may have relevance, yes, but why must we go at this point in time? You see, I am advocating for the state of emergency to be declared on this insecurity, because I can't really understand the obstinacy of the federal government from establishing state police. I don't really understand. Because if we have state police and Kebbi has its own state police, do you think that these savages will operate without confrontation from the state police? It can't happen. So I am yet to understand, because terrorists are not defeated through platitudes, but through concrete kinetic action against them, because they are non-state actors and there's nothing good coming from them except bloodshed, chaos, and violation of our sovereignty. When we talk of Nigeria as a sovereign nation, the sovereignty has already been violated. These children now, when they come back to us, normal. They can't be normal. When they eventually come back, the trauma these children will face, honestly speaking, only God understands. Because many people don't understand the meaning of trauma. If you understand what trauma is, it affects you as a person. It can reshape you. It can make you into a monster. It can make you into something else because of what you went through. And Nigeria failed these children who went to school. Do you know that this thing that just happened is equally an attack on education? Because these children, how do you think they will still come back and go to school?
Which is why, the Senate has condemned the persistent
attacks on schools. It's not about condemnation.
And they are also probing the Safe School program. When the attacks on schools became incessant, there was a particular amount that was put into ensuring that there's security in schools, which was then the Safe School programs, which over time, Nigeria has expended more than $30 million. Now, the lawmakers
to keep our schools safe. Look, Tolu, it is not, when you hear a safe school program, it can be, you read it on newspapers and hear it on television. Is it on the ground? These are rhetorics and not reality. You understand? Okay, if those things, if that money has really been expended on this thing you have just said, where is the evidence of that money? Nothing. You see, people still believe that whatever they read in the newspaper is a reality. It's not. It's rhetorics. Because if we truly want to keep our children in school, you see, Tolu, I'm a parent. I can understand. We are not talking of the consequence on the parents right now. The parents of those children, you think they are normal? They are not normal. None of them will ever be normal. As far as their children are still in the hands of these savages, and all we are hearing is that we are making plans to bring them back. Why didn't we stop the incident from happening? That is where there is intelligence failure. Intelligence gathering, intelligence failure. And that's why we keep on doing the same thing. Look at Dapchi girls. Look at Chibok girls. Look at everything keep happening. Even at this time, which that the eyes of the world are on Nigeria, and we keep on misbehaving. And we keep on rejigging, we keep on saying things that people will look at us and say, are they really serious? What stops, I keep telling you, what stops us from having state police? We know we have tried several things and they failed us. Every federal system of government known all over the world, they have state police. What is stopping us from having state police? So that we stop this thing from happening. I'm not saying that state police is the ultimate, but yet it will add to the safety of our states. Because if we have state police, imagine if Kirby has state police and they are on the ground. Don't you think that they will safeguard their environment? Because they are drawn from that environment, they understand the language, they understand everything about the place, and they won't allow this to happen. So the government will put some police of Kebbi State to some schools, knowing full well what is going on in that state. But look at now, Nigeria has failed our children again, and we keep on coming back to talk of a platitude. We bring them to book. What happened in Benue State? The president, has he stopped? Has Benue stopped being a graveyard of innocent Nigerians? And yet, we are saying that it is people that are instigating as a genocide. Look, I don't know why we started with this story, honestly speaking, because it is very depressing. Very, very depressing. There's nobody that we hear these things this early morning and be happy with what is going on in our country. And we appear to be behaving as if nothing has happened. Imagine in an emergency situation like this, where you have leaders who truly understand and love their people, the president shouldn't have gone out of this country. Both of them will stay here and give the army a marching order that, look, enough is enough. So that these children, so that we stop this thing once and for all. What is the meaning of all this?
All right, we're live on Facebook, Wells Radio 893 FM fan page this morning, and you can join the conversation. The phone lines are 0916 893 1000, 0915 333 4893, or 0911 33 893. All right, moving on to other stories. An event that could pass as an Nollywood blockbuster happened yesterday at the Wadata Plaza, where PDP crisis, deepens. I'll take the story from the Vanguard newspaper. PDP crisis deepens. Tear gas standoff as Wike governors clash in 3-hour Abuja siege. When videos surfaced online, there's questions of whether or not this is what should be expected from leaders at this time. What began as a routine day at the People's Democratic Party PDP National Secretariat on Tuesday quickly spiraled into one of the most chaotic confrontations the party has seen in years. For nearly 3 hours, police fired round after round of tear gas as rival factions battled for control of the Secretariat. Governors, party officials, staff, and journalists were forced to flee repeatedly, ducking behind vehicles and walls for safety. At the center of the turmoil was FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, who arrived in a heavily guarded convoy and remained inside his vehicle throughout the standoff. The confusion began after a faction loyal to Wike, led by Abdurrahman Mohammed, scheduled its BOT and National Executive Committee meetings for 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. And almost simultaneously, the Kabiru Turaki-led National Working Committee fixed its inaugural meeting for 10 a.m. And by mid-morning, Governors Bala Mohammed of Bauchi and Sheyi Makina joined the national chairman, Kabiru Turaki, at the Secretariat, and the atmosphere became volatile. And the first confrontation erupted inside the NEC Hall, where supporters of both factions engaged in a heated face-off. Members of the Turaki's NWC were forced out of the building as pushing and shoving escalated into blows. Then moments later, as Wike's convoy entered the compound, officers fired an even heavier volley, sending crowds scrambling. Governor Bala Mohammed and Sheyi Makinde maneuvered their vehicles to block Wike's car, raising the stakes and turning the scene into a full-scale power brawl. And, while addressing journalists, Governor Bala Mohammed denounced what he described as an assault on opposition leader. He said, they're not there to cause trouble. And they mentioned the national chairman, that was just, voted in during the PDP convention, Kabiru Turaki SAN, condemns the police for allowing Wike's access while allegedly blocking party leaders. Then the Wike camp, also fired back, saying that the governors are trying to enforce the outcome of an illegal convention. It will be recalled that the convention that was held in Ibadan over the weekend, there was a court order on it saying that it shouldn't, be held, but it still went ahead. And now you see why I said it's actually going to be a Nollywood blockbuster.
Tolu, you see, what we are looking at is my prayer every day is that our democracy that is just 25 years will not end up being a failed experiment. Because the people that there is a standard in the fall of education, there is a standard in the fall of everything in Nigeria, there is a standard in the fall of leadership. What we are seeing right now is a leadership that is not healthy. What we are looking at is people that are coming to, the tragedy on our hand is that people who know how to move this country forward, people who are truly leaders, are full of doubt that they cannot lead. And people who know next to nothing about leadership are full of confidence that they know what they can do when they get to power. What PDP is doing right now is a shame. And it's not only a shame to PDP, it's a shame to Nigeria. It's a shame to our democracy. Because the world is watching us. Around the 1980-something, early 90s, you hear of a nascent democracy. You know the meaning of nascent? Can we call our democracy a nascent democracy? And we are still behaving as if we just started practicing democracy 2 years ago. This is 25 years. A 25-year-old person, a girl or a boy, where do you think they will be in life? And look at the way we are behaving. Because we have given democratic credentials to people who are not Democrats. That is the reason. And also, the fundamental problem we have is that our party formation, how do we form our parties? PDP started very well. Before these people now, later days entrants came in and they have now rubbished the house. Yorubas have a way of saying something. They say that a house is at peace because I don't know. I don't want to conclude it.
Yes.
I don't want to conclude it. A house is always at peace.
Until that time,
when something. This is what we expect as experiencing with PDP. And Nigerians have a lot of interest in what is going on in PDP. But unfortunately, the party is dancing naked in the public square, with all manner of characters coming together as Democrats while they are not. And also, this script was not written yesterday. It was long written for a very long time. Because in a party where there is no internal democracy, how do you hope to give us democracy? How can people who are naked, they make promises of giving us clues? Where would they get a cloth to give us? And you are naked, you are not a Democrat. You can't even organize yourself as a political party. And you want to come to power to deliver dividends of democracy. You can't deliver what you don't have. And they are taking the piece that what Nigerians are looking at right now is that Nigerians don't have. I'm still waiting for a platform that will actually give Nigerians a breather. But PDP has lost it. And what is playing out in Wadata House right now in Abuja is even we are yet to see a lot of these things playing out in the states. But the elders of PDP and all the stakeholders, they are all kept quiet. Because they have allowed people who are full of ego. You can't have such ego, and because you cannot take no for an answer. Politics is about compromise, agreement. You disagree to agree, but these people have no principle. There is nothing binding them together except lust for power. Mind my word, lust for power. We want to grab power. What it takes to be in that power, in that position, they don't have it. If you have it, you will understand that to be a Democrat is about give and take. It's about the people. It's about how do we make the people. Tolu, in fact, I don't understand. Every day we wake up, you see things happening in our country. You begin to ask yourself, where are we really going? Because other nation, our former INEC chairman, Mahmoud, he went to Ghana to observe their election and came back here. Do you know his report? He said he was surprised that people stay in a party for 30 years. That's what he said, that he was surprised. Because do we have such people in Nigeria here? No. Democracy that is infected with defection. Defecting from party to party. You can be in one party in the morning, in the evening you are in another party. It's not democracy. It's transactional democracy. It's not for the love of the people. And democracy is about the people, about the welfare of the people. That is why when governments come to power, they don't care about the people. They only care about themselves. Are we practicing democracy in Nigeria? We are not. I keep saying it. We are in civilian regime, not democracy. Because this thing we are doing, where do people... Now, Anambra State election just came and gone. We had of 2.something million voters. How many people actually went to as a register? Less than 500,000. And we'll be hearing such figures all over the states. Why are people not participating? These are one of the reasons why people are fed up.
All right, Perspectives Unlimited is the show on Wales Radio 89.3 FM. Okay, let's pick this call before we go on the commercial break. Hello? Hello? All right, we lost that call. Do well to call back. We're going to commercial break now. Perspectives Unlimited returns just after.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour.
I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data.
Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service.
One Data?
Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811 223 2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas!
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh.
Christmas is almost here, and Wells Radio 89.3 FM is bringing the joy closer to you. It's the Father Christmas Fiesta 2025.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Happening live on the 11th, 12th, and 13th of December 2025. It's 3 days of joy, fun, and family moment that every child will remember. We are calling on churches, NGOs, schools, brands, and kind-hearted individuals to partner, sponsor, and spread the joy of Christmas to families across Ibadan and Oyo State. Let's make Christmas brighter together. For sponsorship and partnership, call Toby on 0803 509 3394. Sam on 0813 746 5878. Ayo on 0706 840-7359. Wells Radio 89.3 FM, celebrating Christmas the family way.
Now the bride is white, so grow it while you're young.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on these websites: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, 0707-338-4828, SEC 0209-462-1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
All right, welcome back. This is still Perspectives Unlimited on Wells Radio 89.3 FM. And the phone lines are open now. You can be a part of the show. But please just remember, as we air our opinions, that it's important for us to remain civil as we do that. It's just about your opinions, basically. The phone lines are 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-1000, or 0915-333-4893. 0915-333-4893. You can also call 0911-333-893. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. We lost the call. All right, please do well to call back. 0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4893, or 0911-333-893. And you can drop your comments on Facebook at Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Well, if you can't, I can't tell you, but I hope you can hear.
Hello.
God bless you, Mr. Chukwemeka. I agree in total with what you said this morning. What is Tinubu going to do in South Africa when Nigerians are being killed on a daily basis? Look at what's happening in Kebbi State. The other time, I think it was on this platform that I said that what are the generals, what are they doing in the office? I'm sure they hear us now. They hear what we are saying. And maybe about a month or so later, I gathered from a reliable source that Tinubu ordered the CGS ordered the senior army officers to go to the war front. Because we are in a war situation now. What is happening in Nigeria is just like that of the Biafra war between 1967 and 1970. Unless we are listening, and what Tinubu doesn't know is that these people, they are trying all possible means to get him out of power. There's no business going to South Africa this morning. Or if he has already gone, I think it's the best for him to come back to Nigeria and salvage the situation. We are in a terrible mess now. Now, look at it now. We are all alive. Maybe some of you were not born then, when Murtala was the head of state. This same America made sure that Murtala Mohammed was killed. And the Nigerians were enjoyed. I would say that during the Murtala's regime was the best regime this country has ever had. At the end of the day, the man was killed. Now America, Donald Trump said is coming to Nigeria now. And nobody can stop. Let's get one thing. America is the most powerful country in the world. And American president is the most powerful president in the world. There is no country American president cannot enter into and fight them to stand still. And I know the handlers of Tinubu should tell him the truth this morning. He should come back to Nigeria, salvage the situation on the ground, make sure that the girls that were kidnapped in Kebbi State were brought back home. Good morning.
All right, good morning. Thank you so much for your contribution on the show this morning. 0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4893, or 0911-3333-893. Hello.
Good morning, West Radio.
Good morning, sir.
My name is George. I'm calling you from Ologuero.
Welcome to the show, Mr. George.
Yeah. Just with the last speaker's speech, I want to say here that with my little number of years, I have seen Nigerians preparing for election with parties campaigning even within the same town. They pass themselves on the road. Everybody, one will take the other lane, the other one will take the other lane, and joyfully they will pass themselves, waving their flags and everything, and continue with their campaign. And the elections are held successfully, peacefully. Today, I don't know what is happening. Look at what happened in Abuja yesterday. It's a shame to this country. If everybody is fighting for themselves, with all these things that is happening in this country, where do we say we are as far as a nation is concerned? We are nowhere. And if it is true that the president is traveling to South Africa, is he going there to seek for help to solve the problem that is at hand? Or is he going there for another program that is completely out of what we are facing now? If that is what he's going there for, that means we don't have government in Nigeria. I'm sorry for this country, because look at the general they killed. He managed to escape the first time, and he was tracked. Have we been able to track any of those people killing our people just as those terrorists did? No. And we keep saying that we are on top of the action. We are doing this, we are doing that. We are wasting our time. We don't have government in this country. Please, let them tell us if they cannot do anything. Let those who can help us come to help us. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your contribution on the show this morning, Mr. George. 0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4893, or 0911-3333-893. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, World Radio.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm calling from Oluyole.
We didn't get your name, please.
My name is Tunde from
Okay.
Oluyole.
All right. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Good work at the studio there, and then very good work to the analyst. He has really been doing justice to each story.
Thank you.
I would love to speak about this insecurity, because it looks as if the government are, playing with it. It's very so barbaric, and does not even speak well of us. That there will be an issue, very serious national issue, and our president will be jetting off to South Africa, and the vice president will be coming to the location of the incident after several days. This is not acceptable. And to our educational system, there should be a state of emergency, because you cannot still be having such an issue up to now. General T.Y. Danjuma said something, and he said that Nigerians should harm themselves, because it looks as if our military personnel are compromising. You can't tell me that these girls cannot be found in this country called Nigeria. I've been in the north, I've spent several years in the north. You can't tell me that our fighter jet cannot come where these guys are. And you find out these terrorists taking pictures, taking selfies with local government chairmen and councillors. Indeed, we are a failed state. We are a failed nation. We are a failed nation. And what the federal government needs to do to redeem themselves right now is to call a spade a spade. And those that are involved in this thing should be brought to book. Not the campaigning for 2027 and everybody looking for how he or she is going to get one position or the other. These are people's lives. These are children. It can be me, it can be you. So all the 36 state governors do not need to do it down. Not for somebody going to a PDP convention and be forming nuisance when your country is in a state of collapse. Everybody needs to wake up. And we need to tackle this situation. Already the international world has called us a failed nation. What else? We need to redeem our name. Is it until when we start going to the embassies and we are being kicked out? May God help this country.
Amen. Thank you so much for your contribution on the show this morning. 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-1000, or 0915-333-4893. 0915-333-4893. You can also call 0911-3333-893. 0911-3333-893. All right, let's move on to the Vanguard newspaper, where we have good news as Nigeria's external reserves rises to $46 billion, the highest in 7 years. And IMF applauds turnaround, clearing of foreign exchange backlog. So the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Mr. Yemi Cardoso, yesterday said the nation's external reserves has risen to $46.7 billion, representing the highest in 7 years since 2018. Cardoso disclosed this in Abuja at the opening of the Monetary Policy Department's 20 years anniversary colloquium, adding that this level of reserves can cover over 10 months of imports.
Okay, is a very good one, but whatever that is rising as our foreign reserve, and it does not actually impact on the people, how do you explain it? That's the question. You see, it is not just coming out to say, oh, our foreign reserves is now the highest in 7 years. What? Because the people remain the indices for checking whatever that is going on in the economy. If you say economy is going, we are making money, we are saving money, what of the people? Because Nigerians are just existing. Many people are just, do you know, Tolu, that on daily basis, people go through a lot to put food in their mouth. And yet, we are hearing this report. It's a very good one, but is it rooted in reality of what is going on in the street? That's the question. So if a country is projecting the aura of being prosperous, and the citizens are living below breadline, how do you explain it? Is it that we are not getting, or is it that the money? Okay, let's go back to this fuel subsidy thing. Also, because we are told that when we remove fuel subsidy, we are going to have a lot of money. And the governors have come out, Sanwo-Olu of Lagos came out 2 weeks ago or last week to say that governors are now receiving 3 times higher than what they have been receiving. Where is the evidence? We are in Oyo State. Where is the evidence? People in Anambra State. Where is the evidence? People in Sokoto State. Where is the evidence? There's no evidence. So, and they keep telling us that Nigerians should hold their governors accountable. How do we hold them accountable? Tell me, can Nigerians go to, can we go to Agodi House? Can people go to their state house and begin to tell governor, come and tell us how? You can't do that. Because the system is created in such a way that the people are completely abrogated. They don't matter. And that is why when you hear of these foreign reserves, with this and that, can you go to the street and tell Okada rider that, oh, our foreign reserve is in this and will you even understand what you are saying? Since it's not even feeling the impact.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Please switch off your radio set.
Okay, I'll do that. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, we can
All
hear
right.
you.
Okay, I am Williams.
Okay, welcome to the show.
I'm calling from Oluyole.
Please go
Hello?
ahead. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I don't like contributing to anything political, but I am moved this morning to say something because what we are practicing is not democracy. We are doing moneyocracy. The highest bidder. Government can borrow and share to those who will make things happen. And the worst part is that the so-called educated people are being used by stupid people. I don't know where our education goes. Even the judges, the so-called judges, have been bought with money. There's no justice, there's nothing. But why I'm really moved to call is because of these children. Because I keep wondering, 25 children, do they have trailer to carry them? Or do they just use people or whatever? Because I wonder where 25 children will be walking across the state, and nothing seems to happen. That is where I am disturbed. What kind of country are we? And people are struggling for party. What kind of party? It's better we go back to the old system of region. Because those children, they make me cry. I don't understand. We don't have government. And the citizenry, we are so slow. We are just fond of talking. A little action is better than a basin of words. What we base on is just talk. You tune to this radio, you tune to this radio, What thing as a citizen? They say power is in the hand of people. Then what are we doing as citizens? I'm tired of this nation, but God will help us. Thank you.
Thank you for your contribution on the show this morning.
So that's all. You see, there's another.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, the beautiful radio woman.
Good morning, sir.
This is Benga Mario calling from Apata.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Benga Mario.
Thank you very much. It's so disheartening. Looking at what we are witnessing these days. Just yesterday, I didn't know if you saw the footage of the Kuala Church incident yesterday. It was so terrifying. It was so terrifying. And at the point I couldn't watch the video. I couldn't continue watching it. And the question is this. It is high time that Mr. President believes that Nigerians' insecurity is getting worse and worse every day. And the point is this. Our normal security agencies, the soldiers, they are not able to contain the excesses of those terrorists. And let Mr. President seek for foreign help. Let him seek for foreign help. Because Trump has been saying that there is Christian genocide. And what happened yesterday in Kuala is an attestation to the fact of what Trump has said. So I don't know what is going on that Mr. President could not even allow Trump to send his men and save we Nigerians. Recall that Kuala is not far from here. From Kuala we have Ogbomoso. From Ogbomoso we have Oyo. From Oyo we have Ibadan. And it goes on and on like that. I believe you and our listeners at home, they understand what I'm saying now. So it is high time our president brace up and invite international fighters. I mean, U.S. Army fighters. And lastly, the general that was killed in Borno. My sister, do you know what it takes to be a general in the military? Because there's no time, I would have identified what it takes, but there's no time. For you to be a general, it's not a joke. And a general was killed just like that. If a general should be killed like that, then how much more we that are not even general, we are not even general anything, not the talk of general. So let Mr. President, as a matter of fact, rise up to insecurity in Nigeria. Recall that is it that he has gone or he'll be going to South Africa for a meeting? Now your house is burning. Well, look at what happened yesterday, the day before yesterday in KB, the school abduction. May God help us in this country. Thank you very much, my sister.
Thank you for your contribution on the show this morning. So we have to round up now.
Yeah, Tolu, we really have to, those who are in position of authority, I hope they understand that being a leader is a ministry. You will give account, and if the country is going this way and they are throwing chairs in Abuja for position, for power, and the president is out of the country for a meeting, and the vice president has gone to KB for platitude, I wonder how Nigeria will be fixed. It is left for the people to decide. You understand? But we cannot continue this way because lives are being lost. You can't. My only take this morning is that our children should be brought back home. They should be brought. They should not be added among the statistics of girls that have been kidnapped and they didn't return. That's just what I'm saying this morning.
All right, on Facebook, Jigang Gokop says, good morning. Adebayo Timlain Timoni says Timoni from Iano Fatikpe Academy. All right, thank you so much. And thank you so much to everyone who has been a part of the show this morning. Thank you for those who called and those who listened. The conversation about Nigeria, as I said before, is a business of you and I. And the growth of Nigeria is also dependent on the actions that you and I take. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Always remember that wherever it is that you are, put Nigeria out there in good light. My name is Toluwaleke Alli.